What name comes to your mind if I ask you the question, name the greatest magician of all time? Well, now, there's been some great magicians. There was Thurston, and there was Blackstone, and there was Willard, and there was Burton and Copperfield. There's been many, many great magicians throughout time, but the one that's known throughout history as the greatest magician, of course, is Harry Houdini. Now, Harry was known as the greatest magician, but truth be known, he was known as an escapologist. You see, they would chain him up, lock him, put handcuffs on his hands and shackles on his feet, and he would escape from them. He would go from town to town. He would go from police station to police station. He would say, lock me up. Put me in your strongest jail cell. Put me in your strongest handcuffs and I'll break free. He was known as the man that could break out of anything. It was said that there wasn't even a lock that was made that could hold Harry Houdini. He would have them put him in a straitjacket and chain him up and hang from a pole way up in the air, and he would still escape from it. The world's greatest magician? No, really the world's greatest escapologist. Now, if you've noticed here, I've been trying to unlock this lock here. I have several keys that do not fit the lock, but I truly only have one key that fits the lock. There you go. You can see that opened up. Now, we've locked our door here. We've closed it after we've taken Harry out, and we're going to lock it right back just like that. Now, Harry would do all these publicity stunts, if you will, just for one reason: to get his name out there, to get people to come see his stage show. You see, he would go from town to town doing all these feats out in public just to get people to come back to the theater to see his stage show. And he had what was known as the greatest escape of all time. Matter of fact, some people believe this is how Houdini died. He had this thing called the water torture chamber. And they would take Harry and they would chain him up, shackle his hands and his feet, and they would place him inside a giant cabinet filled with water upside down. And inside that cabinet, he would struggle to get loose. A curtain would fall and a timer would start counting. And it would go from seconds to minutes. And it would just keep ticking. And people would get more and more anxious knowing that he was in there trying to get out. After the timer would go for a long, long time, somebody would go back there and they would peek, and there would be Harry Houdini still struggling to get out. Matter of fact, it got so bad one time, it took him so long that when they went in there to get him out, they had to burst open the chest with a sledgehammer to get him out. They said that's how Harry Houdini died. But the truth is, he escaped every time. Harry got out of that thing every time. That's not how he died. Matter of fact, which key do you think opens our lock? Matter of fact, because he escaped every time, we found the right key. He to this day is known as the greatest magician and escapologist of all time. This is Harry Houdini, the escapologist. It's another routine to go with our not just a door illusion and, of course, the correct key lock set. Now, the door itself can be purchased without the lock, and you could use any lock you want. This is with the correct key lock. Check us out, Jamstone Magic. Find us on Facebook. Order yours today.